Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Dogs in the Draft. My name is Connor Riley, and today we're going to be talking about the player who made perhaps the most iconic play in Georgia football history. That is cornerback Kelee Ringo. He's a talented specimen who ran one of the faster 40 times at this year's combine, but despite the accomplished college career, we've seen his draft stock maybe slip a little bit compared to where someone might have thought he would have gone before the season. So, Mike, what could a team potentially be getting in the star-studded Georgia cornerback?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, first off, you like the size and speed combination. I mean, these are things that you can't coach up. These are things that you can't develop. He's a guy that comes in at 6'2", 207, and as you said, a sub-4, 440, that 437, 439 range, an elite player. And there were times where Kelee did get beat in man coverage, but you got to remember Georgia's scheme, right? They play a lot of that zone matchup, which is really man-to-man on the back end. And when the pass rush doesn't hit home, those guys are on island. So that's going to happen even to the best of cornerbacks. But Kelee in a high-exposure program, when it happened to him, everybody saw it. Conversely, this is also a guy, though, that comes up with some of the biggest plays in the last two seasons for Georgia. We go back to the national championship game of 2021-2022 when he gets the game-sealing pick six against Bryce Young. And then 1 year later in the historic 1-versus-1 battle against the University of Tennessee. You know, he's up against their best receiver and he steals one away on a fade. So this is a player who's capable of very big-time plays. The other thought on Kelee Ringo, Connor, be interesting to see where he ends up. There have been some who projected that he will grow into the safety role. He does play very good run support. He's a very physical open field tackler. So I think you get a lot with Kelee Ringo. I'm not sure he's your classic cover corner, but with that size, that speed, those tackling abilities, and also a really good attitude team guy. Not one peep of issue out of Kelee Ringo. Team guy who's at his head of the game, selfless, team first. I wouldn't count completely Kelee out of the first round. I know the projections aren't there. All it takes is one team to like you. This is a quality player who's going to be on the field in the NFL next season.
Yeah, I think one of the things working against Kelee is it's a very loaded cornerback class. He's not expected to be one of the first cornerbacks off the board. That'll either be Oregon's Christian Gonzalez or Illinois' Devin Witherspoon. But Kelee Ringo is still a very good player, a guy that has made big-time plays in big games. In addition to intercepting Bryce Young, he's also had an interception of Hendon Hooker and Will Levis, who are all expected to potentially be first-round quarterbacks. So he plays well in big games. He's not going to be everyone's scheme fit. He's going to have to play more in a zone/cover 3 type of setting, maybe like the Seattle Seahawks traditionally tend to employ there. And there is also the possibility that one day he does choose to move to safety, but a team is going to draft him high in this draft because of what he could potentially be as a cornerback. And as you mentioned, I think he's got A-plus character and is going to come in and work hard from day one, much like he did at the University of Georgia there. I think he's probably going to end up going in that middle tier of the second round there. He might be the 5th or 6th cornerback taken. But given what we saw at Georgia, it would not be a surprise next year if we saw him making big-time plays in big-time games like he did to seal the 2022 National Championship game. So that's our discussion about Kelee Ringo today. My name is Connor Riley. That's Mike Griffith, and this has been an episode of Dogs in the Draft.